Hello, welcome to Unboxed God, where we detox from religion and discover the God who refuses to fit inside the boxes we were given. I'm Tolu Sarah Johnson, and here we explore who God really is, beyond fear, beyond formulas, beyond everything we were taught to perform. If you're hungry for a real relationship with Him, you are in the right place. Let's dive in. So, we're moving on to the fifth commandment on the theme of loving, and it's commandment 22nd overall. Treat others as you want to be treated. Yes, this is what many call the golden rule, but Jesus did not present it as a nice moral idea. He presented it as a summary of an entire way of living. He is saying, if you forget everything else, remember this: treat others as you want to be treated. But it's so sad that humankind do not treat others as they want to be treated. They treat others in the way they never want to ever be treated. So before we go further, let's read the Bible verse, Matthew 7 verse 12. So in everything, do to others what you will have them do to you. For this sums up the law and the prophet. This sums up the way you should live your life. But it seems as if we've forgotten about that rule, because the way we live today does not demonstrate love in so many situations, especially in the church, where love should be found. So, what is Jesus revealing? Every human being wants dignity. They want kindness. They want patience. They want understanding. They want respect. And Jesus says, start there. Treat others from that place. How you want to. You don't even need to give them anything. Just treat them with kindness. Treat them with love. Before you speak, before you react, before you judge, ask, if I were them, how would I want to be treated right now? And why this is so powerful? Because this commandment forces you to step out of yourself, to stop living from ego, pride, reaction, selfishness, and you begin living from empathy. And empathy is the soil where love grows. Yes? So why we struggle with this? Because the flesh is naturally self-protective. We justify gossip. We justify harsh words. We justify coldness. We justify judgment. Yet we will never want those things directed at us. And Jesus exposes this contradiction gently but clearly. The way you treat others often reveals what you permit in yourself. So how are you going to treat other people? It doesn't matter whether you're in heaven or on earth. This message is still to us. And I think we even need to take it further. Treat God. Treat Jesus. Treat Holy Spirit like the way you want to be treated. Because we don't treat them nice. We're not nice to them. And they've given us everything. Papa has absolutely given us everything. And one thing that he's asking of us is just treat me like you would treat other people. Are you going to take that commandment? And are you going to take it another step further? Where you treat others as you want to be treated? Because He treats us so lovely. He loves us with everything in Him. But what do humankind do? We keep pushing Him away over and over and over again. And He keeps coming back. Yes. And you keep justifying all the things that you're doing to mankind, which you think you're doing it to mankind, but you're doing it to God. Because when you love people around you, naturally you're telling God, I love you. So, what this will do to society? Jesus says something very simple. If people live this way, there will be no gossip, no cruelty, no manipulation, no unnecessary conflict, far less division. Because people will pause before acting. They will think from the other person's position And that alone changes everything. I want you to look at this analogy of the mirror rule. Imagine every interaction in life is a mirror. Whatever you send out is what you eventually see reflected back. So if you send out sharpness, you meet sharpness. Honor, you meet honor. Patience, you meet patience. So Jesus is teaching, live as if you are constantly facing yourself in others. Because one day you will. And now this applies in conflict. During argument, this verse becomes extremely practical. Instead of trying to win, you ask, will I want someone to speak to me in this way? That's what Jesus says. I'm still working on that. Will I want someone to overpower me like this? Will I want someone to listen to me right now? And often the answer changes your tone immediately. You become softer. You become slower. You become kinder. So the hidden depth, Jesus says this sums up the law and the prophet, because all commandments are about love. And love is about how you treat people. And this verse is not about behavior. It is about posture of heart. So, the challenge Jesus mentions, sometimes you will treat others well and they will not treat you well in return. And Jesus never promised fairness. He commanded faithfulness. You want me to repeat that? Jesus never promised fairness, but he still expects faithfulness from you. He commands faithfulness from you. So that changes everything, isn't it? So you do this because of who you are becoming, not because of how others behave. So what this produces inside you, living this way, forms humility, emotional intelligence, gentleness, wisdom in speech, peace in relationships, because you stop reacting and start considering. So the question this command asks today, before you speak, before you judge, before you act, please ask, if I were on the receiving end of this, will I feel loved? If the answer is no, Jesus is inviting you to choose differently. So this commandment is simple. But if truly lived, it will change homes, churches, workplaces, friendships, and entire communities. Because when you treat people the way you want to be treated, love stops being a theory and becomes visible. I hope you've been blessed by this commandment. I shall see you in the 6th commandment in this theme and commandment 23. God bless. Commandment 23 overall. God bless.